Hello and welcome. This is Hungary Reports, public media's English language news show, kicking off M1's foreign language news hour. I'm Apat Sötzi with the latest from Hungary and the Carpathian Basin. Thanks for tuning in. Hungary's been a hot tourist destination for the past few years, but now, because of the World Aquatics Championships that it just hosted, it is sizzling. Foreign tourists taking part in a poll during the event have been raving about Budapest and also Balatonfüred at Lake Balaton, where some of the events also took place. 98% said they would come back to Budapest and would recommend it to their friends. They also highlighted the city's beauty, safety, and cleanliness.
In the past few weeks, Budapest's streets have been packed with tourists. One reason is the World Aquatics Championships that were held in the city and attracted tens of thousands. And even though it's over now, the city's popularity hasn't died down, with a continuous stream of tourists discovering the capital. These youngsters from Sydney came because of a friend.
Love the city, yeah. I've only been here a few hours, but yeah, it's amazing.
So this is your first time here?
This is my first time, yeah.
Maybe
He's been here before though, so he recommended it to me, so I'm going to recommend to all my friends to come back here. Really, really good.
Because of the sporting event, tourists stayed for 4 times longer here than they normally would have. In fact, almost every hotel in Balatonfüred and Budapest were sold out. For example, this hotel in the capital has been working at 90% capacity, and that's reflected also in its increase in profits. We've made an average of 40% more compared to the same period last year. That's a serious increase in revenue, thanks to the Athena World Championships, said the manager of a hotel on Margaret Island. 4 out of 5 tourists would recommend Hungary to colleagues. That was a result of a poll taken by the Hungarian Tourism Agency during the World Aquatics Championships. Those foreigners who were asked said they left Hungary satisfied, and almost all of them said that they would return. Hungary offered tourists who visited a lot more experiences and possibilities than they had reckoned with before their arrival. It's important to state that the World Aquatics Championships were able to attract the kinds of guests to Hungary who may not have come or chosen Hungary as a travel destination, said the director of the Hungarian Tourism Agency. The tourists also said that they felt safe in Hungary. Their favorite sites were the Hungarian Parliament and Buda Castle. Experts believe that the effect of these games could further increase tourism in Hungary for years to come.
The government-run Fidesz party rejects threats posed by Germany's leading SPD politician Martin Schulz and Austrian Chancellor Christian Kern. They both support Western European left-wing liberals and the plans of billionaire financier George Soros to let in millions of migrants into Europe. The communications director of Fidesz emphasized the points of view of the two politicians go against popular opinion as well as against national interests.
They want to bring in hordes of immigrants to Europe, and they support the politics of Brussels and the notion of George Soros regarding this matter. They assault, threaten and blackmail those who resist these measures, among whom Hungary is in the forefront.
28 migrants were caught trying to enter Hungary illegally in Sátorhely near the Serbian border. The group was made up entirely of males who claimed they were from Pakistan and Afghanistan. Authorities are still working on identifying them. They also escorted them to a temporary detention center at the border. Earlier in the day, other migrants were caught trying to enter Hungary at Batonya near an open border area shared with Romania. And police discovered a man claiming to be an Afghan hiding in a truck trailer at Röszke at the Serbian border. He had no documents and was then also brought to a temporary detention center. Hungary's exports grew dramatically in May. In fact, the country now exports 20% more around the world than it did a year ago. Analysts claim this can only help Hungary's competitiveness and that investments in Hungary have a knock-on effect on exports. Furthermore, even though Hungary mainly sells to the European Union, its trade with Asian countries is also dramatically rising.
According to the Hungarian Investment Promotion Agency, the number of foreign investments in Hungary are continuously increasing, which then strengthens foreign trade, since new factories produce goods mainly for export. This can be seen in the latest statistics. According to a report published by the Hungarian Central Statistical Office, exports in May were 9 billion euros, which means a 20% growth compared to the same period last year. Also at the same time, imports exceeded 8 billion euros. That's 19% more compared to last year's figures. Thus, one of the most important factors of growth for GDP, the foreign trade balance, neared the amount of 1 billion euros. Exports have been helped by several branches of industry. However, three played key roles: vehicle production, the pharmaceutical industry and the food industry, said Gábor Regős, an analyst at the Századvég Institute. 78% of Hungarian exports head to the European Union, with the remaining 22% to other regions. According to the latest data, it is exports to China that are growing the most dynamically. Exports to India are on the rise too, as a result of the Eastern opening strategy. From a strategical point of view, keeping a sharp eye on the East is definitely well-funded. Remember that China is the second largest trading partner of the EU. Therefore, it is logical for Hungary to strengthen its ties with China. We should also mention India, a country that is predicted to have an economic growth even larger than China's, explained Péter Gorecki, senior analyst at the Institute of Foreign Affairs and Trade. According to analysts, commercial ties with Japan might also be booming in the foreseeable future. At the moment, Hungarian exports to Japan amount to some 824 million euros annually.
Hungary supports the World Health Organization's efforts in eliminating hepatitis. The WHO has just added a new generic treatment to its list of hepatitis C medicines. In Hungary, the president of the National Organization for People Living with Hepatitis said that 2/3 of those who have the disease are unaware of it because symptoms can sometimes take years to surface. She added that the best way to protect yourself from the disease is to get vaccinated.
You only need a few drops of blood to check for the signs of hepatitis. 2/3 of Hungarians infected don't even know that they carry the virus, as it has no direct symptoms. Therefore, they are being treated years too late. 70,000 people in Hungary are fighting the hepatitis C virus. Healthcare workers have the highest risk of being infected. A mandatory screening program will be established for them next year. The government plans on issuing obligatory screenings for healthcare workers and has already secured the sufficient sum for the project, which will also be used to provide treatment for those diagnosed, said Kara Verling, president of the National Organization for People Living with Hepatitis. Doctors are constantly fighting the misbelief that there is no cure for the disease, but with the new medicine available, those infected with hepatitis C can be 100% cured in only a few weeks. At the moment, the new treatment is only available to those patients whose virus is in the advanced stages. Hungary has joined the World Health Organization's initiative, which aims to completely get rid of the hepatitis C by 2030.
The 86th Szeged Open Air Festival is well on its way, but organizers are already luring in audiences for next summer's event. On Tuesday morning, the program for 2018 was announced. There will once again be opera and the audience favorite, a musical. A truly magical atmosphere under the stars. Next year's program will include Rigoletto, Fiddler on the Roof, and the classic Romeo and Juliet. The 10th Jubilee Ördögkatlan Festival has kicked off in southern Baranya County. The multi-genre festival will have around 600 different programs in 4 different settlements. During the 5-day-long festival, those attending can enjoy acts such as theater productions, and a French circus will even take to the stage. Come nighttime, festival goers will be entertained by live concerts.